Well, hello there. My name is Sometimes Heather and I play Elder Scrolls Online. Last time, I showed you my Bloodblades cosmetics and today, we will let CoPilot work for me again. I have asked it to make me a Necromancer Vampire Build and the results were intriguing enough for me to say, okay, you got me, let's test. I have picked Tinaysa for our test subject. Let's get started. CoPilot wanted me to use 3 sets: Mother's Sorrow, Order's Wrath and Ice Heart. I have used the 5-piece sets together before and I really like the combo. They give a huge boost to critical damage and work well for a crit Magicka DD. Ice Heart was a bit of a surprise, but I do like this monster set. It also gives a boost to critical damage, and with a full set on, dealing critical damage has a chance to summon an icy shield to both absorb damage and to deal damage. Fun. CoPilot didn't give me champion points, so I have taken the liberty to stick with my regular ones. As an afterthought, it might be smart to equip Fighting Finesse somewhere in there. It does bring a boost to critical damage. Silly me didn't think of that. Now to abilities. For our back bar, CoPilot suggested Skeletal Arcanist, Spirit Guardian, Braided Tether, Mistform and Consuming Trap. For our main weapon, we got Wall of Elements, Arterial Burst, Elemental Drain, Mystic Siphon and Resistant Flash. I didn't have all of these, so I spent about 2 hours lazily leveling up skills. During that time, I got a pretty good feel of how this build drives and actually kind of enjoyed my siphons and high amounts of critical damage. Now, before testing, I want to change one ability, for this is not going to get any use. I'm going to replace Mortal Coil with Deaden Pain. This will make my backup heal more intuitive and also less intrusive. Mortal Coil's animation is pretty, large. I would also kinda like to get rid of Resistant Flash. I'm not cray-cray about the minor defile it puts on Tinaysa, but we have to believe that CoPilot has a grander scheme here. Let's pick up an Undaunted Daily. This sends us to Spindleclutch, my least favorite base game group dungeon. I honestly would rather spend 2 hours grinding through City of Ash too, but I guess we're going in, for the sake of science. I will let Subtitle Heather loose now and return with closing comments.
We're going back in.
I wonder if we'll ever see the commander again.
All around. His bleeds me.
Oh, burn it!
With a whisperer. Light it up!
Spindleclutch is a horrible place for an arachnophobe, and Whisperer is a really annoying boss to solo. Still, our adventure did bring a lot of useful info. First, we learned that this build is okay against hordes of small enemies. A bit slow since Wall of Elements is not the best AoE ability, but for a beginner-friendly build, this could work. I also liked Mystic Siphon. I've never been really into tethers, but this is a fun ability. I also like the combo of Order's Wrath and Mother's Sorrow, even though I would like to see higher numbers for weapon and spell damage. What I didn't like was how slow this was, and I also would have liked to see Ricochet Skull on my front bar. This is pretty much a must for a Necromancer DD, so slapping it on where resistant flash used to reside might work. This does rid you of an emergency heal, but stay in easy environments, okay? Overall, I would say that this time, CoPilot didn't do badly. It didn't do well either, but I don't hate this. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and see you all later.